Today, the holy month of Ramadan officially begins, and for those who observe, it's a chance to slow down and reflect.
The month involves daily prayer and fasting for the Muslim community, and many people right here in mid-Michigan participate. News 10's Isley Herschel is live at the Islamic Center in East Lansing this morning. And Isley, what does Ramadan mean for those who participate?
Seth Marine, good morning. For Risha Shah, a junior at Okemos High School, this month means reflection, gratitude, and self-discipline. During the holy month, observants fast every day from dawn until dusk, not having any food or water. This helps them become more God-conscious. They also pray every day and celebrate with different meals to break their fasts. Shah says this month also gives her a chance to slow down.
Constantly think about, school, grades, colleges, all that stuff, and it's a time to really slow down and really think about my spirituality. And during Ramadan, when we feel that hunger or thirst, it kind of makes me understand and feel empathetic towards those who are less fortunate. And because of that, I feel I'm more driven to give back to those who are less fortunate.
Ramadan ends with Eid al-Fitr, which is a big celebration. Shah says that even those who don't observe the holiday can still go to these big celebrations at the end of the month. Maureen, back to you.
All right, thanks, Isley. Ramadan moves back in the calendar by about 10 days every year.